A number of people in Boston are putting a new spin on community investment through what's called the Boston Ujima Project. The idea is to support businesses and job growth in the Black community with investment and social leverage by local residents. Taking place through tomorrow is the project's first General Assembly. To fill us in are the Project Ujima Fund Manager, Turner-Owens, and a steering committee member, Libbie Cohn. Thank you both very much for being with us.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us.
I want to begin with Libbie. What got this all started, and what's the concept driving it?
Sure. Ujima started about 3 years ago, and it was led by community members and community organizations based in Roxbury, Dorchester, and Mattapan. And it's really about building a community-owned economy. What does that mean? We are building multiple different areas of, including a fund that will be driving community investment in local businesses.
Now, another thing about the context for this is that we have all this money coming into the city right now, including areas like Roxbury, and people are also worried about that because instead of being invested in the people who live in the community, maybe they're going to be chains coming in and profiting. So I guess this is maybe an answer to that.
Very much so, yeah. The money is going to be community members' money, and most importantly, how that money is going to be allocated is going to be driven by voting by community members. And the community members will also be deciding on the standards, community standards for the types of jobs and businesses that they want to see in their neighborhoods. So some of the businesses that we've been supporting already in our pilot run a few months ago are Black-owned businesses that are based in Dorchester and Roxbury and are doing community programs and are really driven by values of supporting their neighborhood and growing wealth in their neighborhoods.
Look, let's talk about one of these ventures here. There's the Bowdoin Bike School. How does this meet the standards that this program is setting?
Yeah, so when we first started, we were able to raise about $20,000 and brought a bunch of community members together and said, here are 5 businesses that we think we should consider voting on, and one of those was Bowdoin Bike School. So they received $5,000 of zero-interest loan, and they're using that money to buy a point-of-sale system to generally grow their business, but specifically focus on sales and getting folks in and out easier.
And of course, I guess their plan is they envision doing a lot of business with the community, people in the neighborhood going there, spending money on something, right?
That's right, yeah. So it's run by an entrepreneur named Noah Hicks, who's, that's his focus. He wants to both increase bike use and sort of cut down on people using cars in inner city neighborhoods and hopefully help folks understand how to repair a bike when it breaks down.
What about some of the other recipients?
So I'm really excited about some of the new businesses that have applied for this year's round. So one that comes to mind is Coils to Locks, and this is a business where a woman who was a cancer survivor realized that in the wig market there are no wig products with natural hair for women who have dreadlocks. So she's built a company around providing those kind of wigs to folks.
Coming back to Libbie, of course, the way this works is you mentioned that people in the community, they not only put in something to invest, but they make decisions about who should get that. How does that work exactly?
Yeah, so we are accepting investments as small as $20 because we know that not everybody has a lot of money, but everybody wants to see improvements in their neighborhood. And so once we pool all of the money from both local investors and from folks outside of the city, the people in their neighborhoods, so only local Boston residents, can vote on how to distribute the whole pool of money. So it's a little bit like crowdsourcing, but it's more democratic in that everybody gets one vote, and it's not determined by how much money they've put in.
Now, investment sounds like if you chip something in, eventually it comes back to you and maybe with a little added value too, right?
Definitely, and we're looking at both financial returns and also returns in the community because we want to be building neighborhoods up and we want to be strengthening infrastructure down the road. In addition to small businesses, we're hoping to support real estate and infrastructure projects as well.
This is BNN News. We're talking with Turner-Owens and Libbie Cohn from the Boston Ujima Project. Lucas, tell us what's happening tonight and tomorrow, because you have this General Assembly going on. What's that going to be?
That's right. So tonight, from about 6:30 to 8:30, we're going to be having our kickoff at the Bruce Bowling Building in Dudley Square, and we're inviting in different grassroots partners, some folks from the mayor's office, and we're trying to let folks know how Ujima is positioned amongst all those different stakeholders, folks that are thinking about community development and doing different parts of the work. We're trying to let folks know how we fit into that puzzle. And then tomorrow, at Saturday, at the Unitarian Universalist Urban Ministry Church, we're going to have more community members learning about how they can be a part of Ujima, voting and joining the different pieces of its governance.
And Libbie, if people want updates on this event and anything in the future, what's the best place to find that online?
We have a website, ujimaboston.com. That's UJIMA Boston.com.
Thank you both very much, Libbie Cohn and Lucas Turner-Owens.